Yeah, might as well. Who are we missing? Both Alphas, both Red Bulls, both Williams, both Haas, both Aston Martins, both Alpha Tauri. That only leaves Alpine. Ah, Ash.
I just sent you the link, AA.
Yep. They were recommended by Jake from his league. Yeah. That's what you want to see. Yep.
Thanks and good luck to everyone. And welcome everyone back again here at FRL. It's been more than a month or a month, something around that time. We've been off since the end of Season 2, now going on to Season 3. It's been a long time and we are changing game now because last season on the end of F1 2020 and now on the new game on F1 2021. Very excited for the start of this new season. 19 people racing today. Now at the first round at the Bahrain Grand Prix. So I've missed really a lot being out this month. I'm back after a month to commentate here. I'm your commentator David. Very glad to be commentating on this league once again, and we'll be with you through all this new season on the start of this new F1 2021 game. So we'll focus now on the qualifying itself. It's been a long time and well, finally we are here. First driver leading the field now is the Mercedes of SMTH, a new driver here. Leading the field, gonna be the first driver to set a lap on this session. After him comes the Haas of Quinten. Then we have the Alfa Romeo of Adam, driver who got 3 wins, if I'm not wrong, on last season, on the last races. The first one on Japan. We remembering a bit of previous season of FRL, now known as PAFR. We'll call it the league like that, PAFR, the new name. So last season our Adam who got 3 wins, if I'm not wrong, the first one at Japan, then at Mexico, finally on the last round of the season at Abu Dhabi. Second place in the championship, also if I'm not wrong. We are also our champion, AA Gaming, still in the pit lane, coming out of the pit lane right now. Gonna check now quickly into the lap of SMTH, who just started his lap, meeting a Red Bull on the exit of the first out of the first corner into the second DRS straight. Finish in sector 1, and it's gonna be for him a 28.1. Now we're gonna check Adam's time, who's also already started a flying lap into sector 1, and he's gonna do 28.0. Following Adam through his lap, as he is one of our most well-known drivers of the league. On board with him now into the last DRS zone, taking the curb by the outside, now going to the inside, going very fast into the corners. This corner that many times can spin you, managed to keep the car on track. No, he can't. Goes a bit off there and invalidates the lap finally. Invalidation for Adam on his first flying lap. Now SMTH sets the fastest time currently, the only time it's a 1:26.9, but now Quinten does a 1:26.0, that's almost a second faster. So yeah, SMTH definitely gonna have to do another lap. Now Dark Lord between the two of them, and well, half a second behind Quinten, but now John Fans, previously who drives for Mercedes, now driving in the Alfa Romeo, teaming with Adam, up into P2, 2 tenths lower than Quinten. Now Flesh, previous teammate from John Fans, on P4 now, because Teak, who also drove for Ferrari on last season, there sets the fastest time now. It's a 1:25.9. Onward now with Eljon de Williams, goes 6th fastest, a 1:26.5. Knox, a very fast driver, got a win at Brazil, his first win and only win on this league, and demonstrated to be a very fast driver. Now goes up into P1, a 1:25.8. I'm looking into this guy who has demonstrated to be very fast, but because of some mistakes he did on last season, he's been fighting for the win in all the races he has participated since he joined very late. But yeah, mistakes have taken away from him some wins that could have been his. Finally managed to win at Brazil, the penultimate round of last season. But well, he's definitely gonna be on the fight today. Set the fastest time now, but not so big gap between him and Tick, who holds into that P2 at 125.9 and Nox only at 125.8. So the gap it's only 14 thousandths of a second. That's a really close gap. Nothing said there yet. And we are still missing time from 8 people here. Now the McLaren of Angelos. Not gonna make a time. Speeding definitely while entering the pit lane. That was a very fast entry. But qualifying doesn't penalize that. If it was a race, that would have been a clear 5-second time penalty. Qualifying just gonna award you a warning. And well, I've just noticed that Ekot has DNF'd already. So he's gonna be starting last. Not really sure why. He and Womax, Bulgarian drivers, Bulgarian team driving for AlphaTauri once again, same as last season. Juventino, Italian driver, driving for the McLaren, and well, it's an Italian McLaren team with him and Angelos. As they were commentating on the Discord, it could have been a Ferrari Italian team, but well, they picked the McLaren, so it's gonna be the McLaren Italian team. We remember Juventino, who took a win last season at Austria. I think that's the only win he had after receiving a penalty next weekend at Silverstone. But yes, also tasted victory on this league. We remember that episode. Some people may still remember of that famous McLaren sandwich from the Austrian Grand Prix last season. That was like 4 or 5 months ago. Well, now looking 10 minutes remaining. Nox now leading the grid, but not only 14 thousandths of a second. Tick is behind him, so nothing said yet there. Our champion A Gaming only on P8, but only well 7 tenths behind Nox, who is leading now. Adam, who was also on the top places on last season, only a P10 for him right now. Now, seeing the Mercedes of Eat My Dust doing a spin there. He's on the medium tires but hasn't set a time yet. A lot of people, still the same 8 people, haven't set a lap, and well, 9 minutes remaining only on this session. Most people currently on the pit lane. We are now with Dark Lord, but he is on a warm-up lap, not on a flying lap. I think no, he's not on a flying lap. He's on a warm-up lap. I say he's in a warm-up lap because he's not deploying so much ERS, or maybe I'm wrong. ERS deployment on this game is not so big as it was in the previous one, so yeah, I may be wrong with that, and he may be on a flying lap. No, he is on a flying lap. Sorry, that was my mistake, guiding myself by the ERS amount. But yeah, now he's deploying a lot of his ERS. 50% now remaining for him. ERS lasts a bit more than on last game. Now into the finish line, and Darklord's gonna set the fastest time. Yeah, he definitely was on a flying lap, but it's only, once again, the fastest lap he has set is only 17 thousandths of a second faster than Nox time. So it's very close between the Ferraris and Nox on the top 3 places of the grid. Now on board with our champion A Gaming, who's now on P8 doing another flying lap. Very close to cut the corner there, but managed not to invalidate that lap. Not sure if he got a very good exit to that straight because of going to the curb. Now Quinten goes up into P1, but again, it's only by thousands he's in front. It's very crazy the how close it's between the top 4 currently, the top 5 now, because Midis Mela has gone up into P1, and no, now he's built a bit of a gap there, two tenths in front of his teammate Quinten, so people improving now. Let's see what our champion can do into the finish line. It's gonna be only a P7, not so fast time, but checking the gap now, we can see that exactly from P1 to P11 only 1 second separates them. So very close qualifying what we are seeing today. Midis Mela surprising us today with that P1, but now Teak takes that P1 once again. Takes it away from Midis Mela and goes up 1.5 tenths faster. Now I want to see how Nox is gonna respond to that. I think I'm gonna go for this guy today. My prediction, Nox is going to take the win today. That's gonna try to make some predictions of this race. It's gonna be Nox who's gonna win. P2 I'm going to go for P1 for Nox, P2 for Teak, and P3 for... I'm going to go for Adam. I'm going to take that wild guess. Nox, Teak, and Adam gonna be on my podium. That's my prediction. We'll see how it turns to. Juventino goes up now into P6. That's been a very good lap by him. Now his teammate Angelos gets in front of him. Up into P6, and again very close the gaps between everyone really. But yeah, looking up into the top guys, most people in the pit lane now starting to come out. Angelos and Juventino both have just finished his laps. John Fans has just invalidated and has no ERS to go for a real lap. So yeah, most people now preparing themselves for the last shot on the pit lane. As we can see, most people are in the pit lane with 4 minutes remaining. Everyone preparing for their final laps. SMTH, huge. Safkov, Nixon. By the way, some new guys here weren't here on last season. Starting to come out of the pit lane. Now we're on board with Euch, who's just started his flying lap. Going on board with him into Sector 1, trying to brake very late, but also getting very good traction out of that corner. And Sector 1, it's gonna be a 27.8. He's only improving 1/10 his previous time. That's not gonna place him too much higher. He only win one place. So also having to talk about a bit of this track. We all know it's a track that degrades the tires a lot. So starting on P11 is also gonna be a very good position on the grid to be, because you are going to be able to pick your tires and may go for a medium hard tire strategy and only try to go for one stop. Then if you start on the top 10, probably what you'll have to do is try to go for a 2-stop strategy. And well, now Euge invalidates his lap, and probably that's unfortunately gonna be his last chance. Nick Sang, one of our new guys, just DNFs qualifying. We'll see if Euge has another shot. No, he won't have another shot. He's going into the pit lane, and I think there's not gonna be enough time. Now, yeah, only less than 2 minutes remaining is not gonna be enough for Euge to do another lap, unfortunately for him. But again, starting on P11 may be key also on this race. We may have a bit of a surprise there. Oh, and SMTH, a bit of blocking may go on, but thankfully there was a McLaren in front. He was going slow, but he's on an out lap, so nothing's gonna really affect there. So we're on board with Nox now, who's just about to start his flying lap. The guy in my prediction, I'm predicting he's going to take the win today. That's only me. You may make your predictions too, and well, I'm always happy to answer people's questions on the commentary box, so feel free to send your comments, to ask me questions. I'm always happy to talk with you guys, so make me very happy if you send your comments, your questions, and I'll be very happy to react to them and talk to you while we watch this very exciting race that's coming forward to us. Now on board with Nox, didn't seem to be a very consistent lap. Looked like the car was like all over the place, so not really sure he's gonna be able to improve that much. He is actually improving 3/10, but that's not gonna be enough. And now Midis Mela takes P1. That's 1/10 faster than Teak, but Teak's now also on a flying lap. We are gonna go on board with Nox. So who's gonna be our first pole sitter on F1 2021 on PAFR Season 2? Nox goes up into P3, not enough to get pole. Now Teak, can he take back his P1 into the finish line? He goes, and no, he can't. Unable to get P1. Midis Mela is going to be on pole position today, unless his teammate Quinten is able to do so. Up into P3, a 1-3-4 Haas. Adam goes up into P6, now able to improve a bit there. Juventino, last corner for him. Can someone take away that pole position from Midis Mela? Juventino goes into the finish line and it's unable to improve. It's gonna be Midis Mela who's going to surprisingly take his first pole position. Midis Mela takes pole today. Gonna be our first pole sitter of the season, first pole sitter of F1 2021. Great job by Midis Mela in taking pole, but as we can see, it's gonna be a very close race. Gap is so close between most people here. We're going to see a big train through all this race if no accidents or craziness goes on, of course. So Midis Mela takes pole, Tick takes P2, Quinten on P3, Nox P4, then Darklord on P5, Adam P6, Angelos on P7, Juventino P8, John Fans P9, and Flash will be on P10, and well, our champion A Gaming, starting on P11, will be able to pick the tires he wants to start, and probably those are gonna be the mediums or the hards, so he can try to go for a one-stop strategy. It's going to be a race, both a strategic race and also a fighting the track. So, well, Bahrain never disappoints. Real life and on League Racing 2 always gives us very exciting races, as it's a track where overtaking is pretty easy. It's not difficult to overtake. So we are going to see a lot of that today. Of course, it's Bahrain, so there's never a chance of rain on this track. So race is gonna be completely dry. But that's also good for this track, as it's one of the tracks that, as I was saying, is very easy to overtake. Overtaking is not difficult. I won't call it easy. I would call it it's not difficult to overtake. Overtaking is there's great chances of overtaking here. So track is very wide. That's gonna allow us to see a great battle for the win today, and well, a great place, a great track to start the championship because of the same reason, and well, not a slow track such as it could be Australia, for example, has been the track where most in the recent years F1 has started on most of them. But yeah, it's not a very aggressive track. It's not so easy to overtake there. It's more for an strategic race. And well, for a first round of a championship, it's very good to see this kind of tracks, aggressive tracks, and not so calm tracks such as could be Australia or any other tracks you could think about. For some reason, it's taking some time for this to start. Hope it's not a glitch, as F1 2021 is still on development, still many glitches, bugs to be fixed, and let's hope this is not one of them. Okay, looks it's only that no one read it up. Probably that's what's happened as part of the league rules. I forget. But well, here we are. It's going to start in 10 seconds from now. Just taking their time to plan their strategies, select their tires, their fuel, how much load of fuel they are going to carry into the race. As well, on this new game, as in real life, you can no more change the fuel mix. You can only use the normal fuel for the race. You can only go to lean during the safety car. I personally like that because now you can focus more on racing. You only have the ERS button you have to be worried about apart from the driving. So yeah, it's I really like it for the game because yeah, it lets the drivers focus more on racing than on being changing and saving fuel. In my opinion, at least. People will have their own, of course. So definitely not the grid I was expecting. Miris Mela, Quinten, Tick on top. A bit of a surprise there, but we have to remember that it's a new game. Still, some things are different from previous one, so some drivers may get used to them faster than others. Some new things of the new game may suit better some drivers than others, different from on the previous game. And well, all those details count at the end. Gonna check quickly the tire strategy, and well, as it was pretty obvious, everyone out of the top 10, none of them going for softs, as you definitely don't want softs on this track unless you are fast enough to carry a two-stop strategy. So medium hard, what the people out of the top 10 are going for. Almost everyone in the mediums except SMTH and Eat My Dust, both Mercedes drivers, so Mercedes team decided to start on hards. Not sure if that's gonna give them the pace on this first part of the race. We'll see. They can try to stick into the DRS and at the end try to go for the mediums. So fighting it on track is strategic, all of that gonna be involved. Just some moments to start, so the season officially starts. Obviously on race we already had the qualifying, but for racing to start, it's just some moments. Who's gonna be leading after turn 1, who's gonna be leading after lap 1. Drivers already take their spots on the grid. And here we go. Lights coming out at any moment. And it's lights out and away we go. Mirismela seems to have got a good start, but no, Tig now gets the inside, has got the better start, and Mirismela actually had a pretty poor start. He's being attacked already and we have an accident there. Accident from the other house, and Mirismela I think is now round. Yes, from a beautiful dream, it's turned into a nightmare now for Mirismela. Starting on pole and now he's down into last place. Only in the first corners. Now Tig leads 1.3 seconds in front of Knox. Carnage already in the first lap of the race. That's very, very disappointing for Mirismela. That's very, very heartbreaking moment from getting that pole. Starting on P1, that poor start finally ended in dropping into last place of the race. Tig leads, followed by the Knox, then Dark Lords. Been very bad for Team Haas, who after locking up 1-3 on qualifying, now Mirismela pole sitter down into last place, and Quinten dropping one place into P4 from his starting place. Knox won 2 places already. We have one of the Mercedes who started on the hards, spinning there is already with broken wing. Last place, gonna have to put unfortunate for him. Knox trying to catch now with Tig, trying to get that DRS, but ironically Knox has used less ERS than Tig has. Tig going a bit wide there. And now, well, Knox chases Tig now and is in the DRS range. Have a yellow flag on sector 1 and it's Juventino. Juventino is in the pit lane and it's Angelos who spun into the first corners now. Mirismela goes through, has recovered some places up into P15. Definitely not what he wanted, but at least being able to win some 4 places after dropping all those on the start. And A Gaming on the medium tires already up into P6. So gonna have to check on this guy who's probably only going for a one-stop strategy. Now turns into a candidate to get that win too, as he's in a very good position now. But he goes off the track there. didn't lose too much time, I think. He's trying to get... No, he did lose time. He's 2.1 seconds behind Adam. Have a yellow flag on Sector 2, and that's gonna be the McLaren of Angelos. Angelos round again. Still people getting used to the new game. So, pretty normal to see some spins. Still first weeks, not even a month on this game. DRS enabled now. Tick leading, but Knox now gonna have the chance to attack. But at this point, Tick has more ERS than Knox has. But Knox has the advantage of having the DRS. Quinten drops a bit behind from Dark Lord. 1.1 has lost that DRS, but now very close to recover it. But no, he won't be able to get the DRS. Now Knox gets DRS, but 9 tenths behind. Is he using his ERS to try to catch? Yes, he is, but not too much. Still staying those 8-9 tenths behind rival Tick. So we have Ferrari versus Alpine now. Ferrari versus Knox, actually. Knox teammate not racing today. That would be Ash, who hasn't showed up for the race. So Knox on his own today on this race. Ash also a very fast driver, but unfortunately not being able to be with us today. Darklord is closer to Knox actually than Knox is to Tick. Darklord sets now the fastest lap of the race. Now Knox getting closer into Tick, 3 times only now, and now is where the battle's gonna start. Something happened to A Gaming. He's dropped a lot of places. Now fighting with Edge for P7. He was on P6. He's been overtaken by his teammate Flash, or maybe let him buy team orders. Who knows? Because he's on the soft tire. So well, that may have happened. And once again, there's a McLaren that's around, and that is Angelos once again. Off the track goes Angelos now, and definitely after a good qualifying for him, race being only full of spins by this driver. And well, Angelos now DNFs. And well, we have a safety car now. Safety car, and this is gonna change. Well, we'll see in what way this changed the race. Someone gonna pit now. And yes, Tick's going into the pit lane, Knox also going into the pit lane, and we'll have to see now what tires they're going to place. Or they're gonna try to go for hards into the end of the race. Maybe go for mediums. It's gonna be medium tires, or they are gonna go for another strategy now. For another stop, I'm sorry. Now A Gaming leads the race. He's staying out. Everyone spitted for the mediums. No one decided to go for the hard tires. So A Gaming could now be our virtual leader, because everyone else who has placed the mediums will have to stop again. Those mediums are definitely not making it to the end. And A Gaming, well, he has to do his obligatory pit stop. So, but well, they're actually in the same conditions, and well, tire difference is only 4 laps. And he has plenty of other drivers on the same strategy who started on the mediums. Also on those 4-lap old medium tires, so probably it's not going to be easy for Tick and the other guys to get past so easily. And now there's some mess, looks like, between Ben and Knox, something's went there because Knox has just dropped a place to him. And well, now Adam gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Dark Lord. So, well, Dark Lord probably touched him from behind. Don't think Adam braked too early. That usually doesn't happen, or probably a misjudgment by Dark Lord of the braking point. But well, this safety car also gonna put back in contention drivers as Mires Mela, as Juventino, who were very unfortunate on the start of the race. And well, looks we are going to have an looked like A Gaming was going to the pit lane, but well, that would be a very weird decision, but finally didn't do. A Gaming stays out to lead the race. Probably gonna have this safety car going out on this lap. Well, talking a bit something off the race, I'm still waiting for the commentaries of the fans of some drivers here in our commentary box. That would be very appreciated, as I'm always very happy to answer your question and talk to you guys. So yeah, still waiting to get some commentaries, to get some chat between us, commentating about the race situation, giving your support to the drivers here. But well, safety cars on this lap already announced by race control. We are gonna be racing by the end of this lap. Lap 7 is gonna start with green flag. Let's see how A Gaming managed to do the relaunch of the race, and well, the guys that pitted, how they will manage to get those places back. As I was saying before starting the race, now there's a collision between Knox and that was a bit of a weird restart, I have to say. Knox dropping places already as he got any damage. Dow makes contact with the Mercedes of SMTH. A bit of a weird restart, I have to say. A Gaming hold them a lot. I didn't think he did anything wrong. Maybe he got so slow, but he's allowed to do it while he doesn't change his speed all of a sudden, which he didn't. He kept consistent speed when relaunching the race, so I think there's nothing wrong by his part. Well, Tix already moved up into P6. All the drivers in front of him obviously haven't pitted yet and are on 5 lap older tires than him. Finally, Lux gets through Ben up into P7. Is gonna be at the back of Tig once again to fight, which who has been his rival through all this race. What I was saying is, as I said before starting the race, starting at P11 could be key for the decision of this race, and well, at the moment it's showing to be, because A Gaming is now leading, having started 11th on the grid with that safety car that came out. Didn't need to stop, while the other guys who started on soft did need to do. And A Gaming spins now. A Gaming loses the car and goes into the wall. Very unfortunate by the champion. A mistake there by A Gaming. He had a very not very comfortable lead actually. Well, not so comfortable, but yeah, normal lead. He wasn't under any pressure, and he just went over the curb or got a bit of some oversteer maybe, but lost the car there and went into the wall. That's very unfortunate from leading the race and for possibly being the winner of it. Now goes down into P14, dropping places very quickly. A mistake there by our champion A Gaming, and as I was saying, people still getting used to the new game. So seeing this spin, seeing these mistakes is actually pretty normal. And well, unfortunately, the guy who had to pay it was A Gaming, the driver who was leading the race. Strategy was working good for him, but unfortunately that mistake has cost him the chance of winning this race, in normal conditions at least. Savkov now, a new driver here actually, is leading the race, or virtual leader of this race, followed by Ekot on P2. And why not? Ekot's also always been a very consistent driver, so why not even think about a win from this guy? He got a podium last season at Singapore, and well, I personally, he's always been a very consistent driver, not always fighting on top, but very consistent always. Got his podium at Singapore, that P2 last season, and why not thinking about going higher on this season and taking a win. Now there's a yellow flag and it's Nick San, and Nick San spun on the Williams, Euge's teammate. Euge, who's now driver on P3, I remember from him a very good race at Japan last season. I think something unfortunate happened on the final laps where he was even fighting for the win, if I'm not wrong. Echo there trying to get a move on Savkov, but unable to do it, was very close. Still gonna wait a bit more to try to send an attack. Tegan Knox, by the way, already on P4 and P5. Oh, we have a Haas spinning. That's again Miris Mela. Not sure if a mistake, a contact, but it's not been the race for him. Qualifying, great lap by him. Race completely the opposite. John Fans also. Oh, and Adams DNF. Adams DNF, and that's gonna mess completely my prediction of that Adam was going to be on the podium. Unfortunately, Adam, our second DNF today. But well, once again, all the pack is gonna be together. So I think now people are going to start to pit for hard tires. So well, 19 laps remaining. I think people are not going to want to stop again. So maybe we'll see a train of cars coming into the pit lane to place hard tires. We'll see what Savkov will do. Yes, he will, because that's the only option he has. He still has to do his mandatory pit stop. Ekot goes into the pit lane as well. Euge does the same. Knox stays out to take the lead of the race. Same as Teak. Savs got pit for the soft tires. That has completely surprised me actually. Why not going into the hard? So yeah, Euge also has gone for the soft, so this has completely surprised me in how I was reading the race. They have read it in a completely different way. Well, now Ben and Juventino have gone for hard, so this is gonna split the strategies here. We'll see finally which is going to play the best at the end. So Knox now a race leader, but now with a 5-second time penalty, which probably should be removed after the race. But the thing is that it's not going to be possible to remove it after the race because he's gonna have to serve it in the pit lane, and that is gonna cost him on track 5 seconds, which may compromise his chances of winning today. So there's really nothing that can be done about that. It's just bad luck. But we'll see how he managed it. So in his case, he maybe could have thought about pitting for hards, as he would have served the penalty too there. But well, finally his decision has been to stay out to take the lead of the race. Safety car leaving on this lap. We've already seen a lot of action on this race, and we are not even on the half of the race, so wait for more action on the coming laps. Still completely unpredictable who's going to win this race. We may have another safety car and race takes a 180 degree change. Well, here we go, relaunch of the race. Knox does a pretty decent relaunch. Not so much, he has to wave a bit to cut a bit this lift because Stig was very close to send an attack there. It's not been a messy restart. Now Euge is attacking Ekoto, and Euge unfortunately spins there. Euge is around there and has wing damage. Euge down into the last place. There's also SMTH around there. Hey, Gaming has won some places on that relaunch. Now Savkov going past Dark Lord. Savkov on the softer tire and on the fresher tire obviously had to get the move done. Now Safgovs should be able to overtake the 3 guys in front of him. Echo now goes past to Darklord. Darklord goes off the track. And he has wing damage, broken wing for Darklord. And well, we have to have a look on these 3 guys on the hard tires who are on P6, P7 and P8. They can go to the end of the race. Again, it's gonna be a very unpredictable finish of the race. Tick is on the attack now into Nox. He's very close and will be able to send the attack as soon as DRS is enabled if Nox can't start to build a bit of a gap there. Quinten also not lost in the train, and Safkov on the soft tires having to definitely go to win those places. Ekot now gonna be benefited by the traffic Safkov's going to meet. The 3 guys on these lower tires in front will help Ekot catch the DRS train again, which he is doing now. We have a yellow flag and it's once again Midismela. Midismela is round and once again his race is going from bad to worse, unfortunately for him. After a great qualifying lap, and Darklord puts the intermediate tires, which finally ends in a voluntary DNF. Now Ben, what's happened to Ben? Looks like he's gone into the wall. In that sector there's a very curve of death, let's call it that way. You go into that curve and it just sends you completely into the wall, so maybe that's what's happened and that's why Ben has just DNF'd. Now Juventino gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Womax, if I am not wrong. Does he have any damage? That would be very unfortunate, and yes, he does. Unfortunate because he is on the alternative strategy of going for hards, so we won't be able to see from him what he could have been able to do. But the Mercedes driver, Eat My Dust, still remains on that strategy, so we have to check on him. Nox now pits. The reason, well, he's gonna serve that 5-second penalty now. He's gonna lose track position to Tick. Well, that Bertol safety car saved them a lot of time. Well, we are racing again. Now our previous leaders, Tick and Nox, down into P10 and P11. Nox is 2.4 seconds behind Tick, which I think it's really did a great job to not drop more, as the penalty was 5 seconds. Now we have to see if Nox is going to be able to catch back. Probably he will be able to. It's already down into 2 seconds. 1.8, yeah, he's definitely going for it. He's probably gonna be chasing Tick at any moment now. Tick hasn't got a very good outlap there. And Nox is on the attack now. Ekot now. Safkov's been disqualified from the race, but why is that happened? We have another race leader now, and that would be Quinten. But now Ekot's going to take the lead on the faster tires. Ekot down the inside, goes on the main straight, and we have a new race leader. Ekot leads the Bahrain Grand Prix, but still to make one more stop. Womack now, his teammate on the attacks. Gonna be a double move by Alpha Tauri there. Womack's going to take this third step of the podium from Eat My Dust. But still being a bit difficult for Womack. Goes down the inside, gets the move done, up into P3. And Nixon, who we remember who spawned at some point of the race, now up into P5. And in some moments will be up into P4, because on those tires definitely should be an easy overtake to Eat My Dust, who is on the hard compound of tire. Also, the safety car has helped AA Gaming, for example, recover a lot He's up into P7 now after that unfortunate spin mistake he had. And we have now a yellow flag. What's happened there? It's SMTH. So as a race, I have to say it's a 10 out of 10 race, a great race to start the season. We've seen craziness everywhere, but also great battling on track. Just the perfect race, the race you want for a start of the season. And while Quinten hasn't lost DRS to Eckott now, even from being in the slower tires now, the more degraded tires, he's still keeping that DRS with Eckott. Knox sets the fastest lap of the race, and this is the battle which could be for the lead of the race. Knox on the attack of Teak. We'll have to see if he's gonna be able to get the move done. He's using his ERS. Teak has way more ERS than Knox has. Well, now Quinten's lost DRS with Eckott. Well, he's dropped the gap of 1 second, but still catch that DRS in this last detection zone. We'll see if he can catch it back again for the next one. Probably not. Looking difficult. Now Nixon gets the move done as it should have been on It My Dust. Flash and A Gaming should do the same soon now. Knox getting very close to Teak for the battle of which could be for the lead of the race. Quinten is into the box now, into the pit lane. Box, box, box for Quinten. But how much place is he going to drop? Change for the medium tires. And he's gonna be behind Teak and Knox. We have a yellow flag in sector 1, and it's looks it was actually not really sure, but oh, and Knox gets the move done. Knox gets the move done on Teak. Knox takes the place, but is Teak gonna have a fight back now? He has DRS, but it's not gonna be enough straight line speed to get Knox. Knox holds into that position gain, and yeah, Knox now could be our virtual leader of this Grand Prix. And we have now an AlphaTauri 1-2. Eckott leading now the field, 7 seconds in front of teammate Womax. And well, we had a commentary. Sorry, I got a bit distracted. I have to apologize for that. I was waiting so much for the commentaries, and well, we now got one after some time. But yeah, race was very exciting that I forgot to answer. I'm going to look at that just now. So we have a comment from. We see now the Red Bulls attacking It My Dust, both getting the move done. So it's an AlphaTauri 1-2, a Red Bull 3-4. A commentary from Dazzling Dash 76 says, how can I join this league? Well, I'll put you in contact with the league owner, and you can join for sure. If you can send me a friend request, that would be good, so we can talk after the race and I can introduce you to the league. And you'll be welcome for sure to join us. So if you have my PSN, please send me a friend request and we'll talk after the race ends. Well, Eckott picks now a 3-second time penalty. Oh, we have a spin. It's Womax. Womax has spun. Womax spins there. Now rejoins the track. Unfortunate as he was doing a very good race, now from P2 drops into P8. But he doesn't seem to have any damage. Now looks it's the Mercedes of SMTH, so yeah, as I said, as it's a new game, it's pretty normal to see all these spins, all these mistakes. Nothing weird really about that. Well, then Echo now has a 14-second gap, 14-second lead, but he still has to stop again. So the gap between Eckert and Knox is of 18 seconds, 17.7 seconds, almost 18 seconds. And Knox now is on the attack, has met a bit of traffic, so Eckert still can win this race because he's gonna be on fresher tires when he comes out of pit, and there he goes. Probably gonna go for softs for this final stint, final 9 laps of the race. Fresh soft tires for Eckert, I suppose. Yeah, there is his pit crew, soft tires, and on the attack now. So, oh, 3 wide there. Tick is on the attack once again, trying to overtake Knox, gets the move done on Knox. Tick retakes his place. Oh, and there's a big crash, Knox is off the track. That's very unfortunate. Who was at fault at it? At that accident, that's very unfortunate for Knox. And Eckert's got through, so that's chances of winning the race for Knox over, I think. I forgot exactly how the incident was. If I had a replay, I may try to see it on my phone later, but well, we're going to focus on the race now. That's chances of winning this race probably over for Knox, unless another thing happens. But yeah, that was very crazy. If I'm not wrong, the Mercedes of Eat My Dust turned into him and slammed him and, well, sent him round. If ghosting wasn't on, that would have been a very serious accident with Tick 2. Flesh has just come into the pit lane. Now A Gaming is leading the race, but probably he'll gonna have to pit too. There he goes into the pit lane. John Fans now leading the race, but it's gonna be overtaken by Tick, who's gonna now take the virtual lead of the race. Tick leads now the Bahrain Grand Prix. It can be win for him, but Eckert's also gonna be involved in the battle for the win of this race. Quinten also gonna get the move done on Eat My Dust. Eckert should get the move done soon too. It's going to be a battle for the win between Tick, between Quinten, and between Eckert, I think, because John Fans and Eat My Dust, because of the hard and degraded tires, probably won't be able to fight anymore. Yellow flag on sector 2, and that's the Mercedes of Eat My Dust. Eat My Dust is round. Eat My Dust is out of contention now. Eckert 1.6 seconds behind Quinten. Quinten now, DRS open, gonna go for the move, and John Fans, P2 for Quinten. John Fans can't do anything about that on those very degraded hard tires. Now Eckert's gonna get the move done as soon as he can, and we have 7 laps to go. Battle for the win between these 3. DRS open for Eckert's gonna get the move done on John Fans. Nothing really he can do about it. Faster tires, fresher tires. Down the inside goes Eckert, gets the move done, And next big team for him is gonna be Quinten. Can he get him on this trade? Probably not. But on the next DRS zone for sure, yes. Echoes, who started on last place, I think, on P19, so he's gonna make a last to first, maybe. Well, it's not gonna be possible for Echo to get the move done on Quinten now. Quinten is also closing into Teak, so he should try to get the move done as soon as he can, because then if Quinten chases Teak and holds into his DRS, then it's going to be much more difficult for Echo to get the overtake done, as Quinten is going to have the DRS to defend. But now, when Echo needs to send it all, DRS open for Echo. I think there's nothing Quinten can do about it. In the main straight once again, down the inside, and it's P2 for Echo. Next big team Teak for P1, but then he has that 3 second time penalty he's gonna have to deal with if he wants to take the win of this race. Has the faster tires, has the fresher tires, but has that handicap of that 3 second time penalty, which may ruin his celebration today. 5 more laps, 6 more laps to go. We'll see how these rains turn into in those final laps. Misses DRS by only some thousandths of a second. DRS that Quinten will have. Knox is also closing into P4 to John Fans, and well, Midis Mela finally has recovered a lot after all that those spins and unfortunate moments of the race he had. Well, recovering to P6, wasn't expecting that, but well, this race has had so many 180 degree change, so many times, crazy change, and well, now we have the attack for the lead of the race. Echo against Teak. DRS for Echo. He needs to get the move done as soon as he can, because he needs to clear those 3 seconds. Down the inside goes Echo, takes the lead of the race, but still can't celebrate the win because he has that 3 second time penalty handicap. He's now gonna have to give it all on this final 5 laps of the race to pull away those 3 seconds to win. Finally gets his first ever win on PAFR. Quinten on the attack now of Teak. Down the inside goes Quinten. Very aggressive move there. Not enough still, and well, they are going to lose DRS because of this. Quinten by the outside by Teak's now going to have DRS with Quinten. Gonna be able to recover his place. Quinten now virtually leads the race. So Echo's not being able to pull away from Quinten. Also that soft steel I think should be working better than the mediums. We'll see if he's able to build a gap in the next laps, the next sectors. Well, now something's happened. For some reason, Quinten's dropped massively there and the exit of that corner. Once again recovers that gap, 1.1 now. Is he gonna have DRS into the main straight? At the moment he will, 1.0, now he won't, but that's a minimum gap. 1.0, still not enough to get DRS. Probably not getting that DRS, so Eckert with 2 seconds to make in 3 laps. Going to be difficult but not impossible job. Teague once again on the attack of Quinten. Now Midis Mela is closing the gap into Nox, but also A-Game is closing the gap into Midis Mela. With only 3 laps remaining, it's probably not gonna be big changes. But well, in the lead it could. It for Echo is finishing or P1 or finishing P3. Now Quinten is recovering. Oh, and Quinten loses the car. Quinten loses the car there. Massive oversteer for Quinten there, and this may cost him the win. Oversteer there. Teague hasn't been able to capitalize on that. Well, he also needs to be careful on not colliding with him. But it's 1.6 now. 1.7 has dropped the gap. So Eckert is from 1.3 seconds to win this race. Midis Mela now 1.7 seconds behind Nox, trying to save what he can. He's getting closer and may have an attack on the final lap. Now A-Game is probably not gonna get close enough to send an attack on Midis Mela, and even if he does, he has that penalty, 3-second time penalty, which is not going to allow him win the place anyway. Eckert now with 1 more second to make in front if he wants to take the win of the race. Here checking a bit of a teammate battle between the both Williams drivers. Also Womack's involved in this. So at the moment looks like Quinten is going to be the driver who's going to take the win today. 1.8 seconds, 1.7 seconds, 1.6 seconds. He's trying to close again the gap between him and Eckert, but Teague will also want an attack, but it's gonna be very difficult. He's almost dropped 1 second behind. Probably, I think Quinten is going to win this race. It's gonna be very difficult for Eckert now as we go into the final lap. Gonna be very difficult for Eckert to pull away those 1.3 seconds he needs to win this race. The only thing that could save him, I think, is a mistake from Quinten, or that Teague attacks him and makes him lose some time, enough for Echo to hold into the win of the race by putting away 3 seconds, but seems very difficult any of those situations happening. Seems Quinten is going to take the win today with only some more corners to go. Yellow flag on sector 1, and that's gonna be Womack's. Womack's is round, drops into last place on track. So now we're going to go on board with Quinten. Is gonna take the first win of the season. And if I'm not wrong, it's going to be also his first win on PAFR. We are now on board with him. Dutch driver into the finish line, waving to celebrate, and it's Quinten who wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Stick's gonna take second of the race. Echo takes P3. Completing the podium could have been a win, but the penalty denied that maiden win for Eckert. It's instead going to be, if I'm not wrong, maiden win for Quinten and our first winner of the season. And well, talking of my predictions, I said Tig was going to take P2. That's the only one I got right this time. The other ones were Nox on P1, who finally finished on P5, and Adam on P3, who finally DNF'd. So 1 out of 3 for me in my predictions. It was a very fun race to watch, very exciting from start to finish, and well, we see how close the definition of the race was. Congratulations to Quinten for taking the first win on this Bahrain Grand Prix. But as race was so close, we had many people who were fighting for the win at different moments of the race. This is what we can see what awaits for us in the rest of the season. A so competitive grid, and I'm expecting to have much more winners in the rest of the season. So we have a comment from HBTD1, who I think is Atom Kev from Division 1, who asked me, who is your driver of the day? And well, my driver of the day, I have to say, definitely Eckert. Eckert is my driver of the day. Even if he hasn't won, he's driven from P19 to P3. With chances of winning the race. So yeah, definitely Eckert's going to be my driver of the day today. I think there's no doubt about that. So yeah, driver of the day today goes to Eckert, in my opinion. So now after a great race we have just seen, we are going with the interviews. Gonna talk to some of the drivers. Well, first of all, what a race, guys. That was so good race for the start of the season. I have to say my voice is out after screaming a lot on those commentaries. But yeah, that was so exciting, so chaotic, but at the same time, so great battles on track. So, well, who should I start first? I think I'm going with A Gaming. So, A Gaming, you were on the strategy of starting 11th. Though that first safety car played very good for you, but you had that moment that you lost the car and went into the wall. So, can you explain us what happened exactly there? Finally, what place did you finally finish the race? Was it P6, I think? P7? Yeah, well, I think that's really all I have to ask UA Gaming. So, well, thanks for your time and well, looking forward into next one. So, now I have a question to ask to Adam. That's well, the only thing I can ask is what happened on why you DNF'd? Okay, yeah, well, so many spins during all the race. As I was saying in the commentary, it's pretty normal on the first weeks on this game. Still, people getting used to it. So, spinning and mistakes are pretty normal. We saw a lot. So, many times the winner is going to be the more consistent driver out on track. So, the driver that less mistakes makes and just keeps the car on track. But, well, in your case, was bad luck, I have to say. So you think that's a question for everyone. Next race, Spain. How do you think about the track? You think it's gonna be easier? It's gonna be harder? Less chance of spinning? You can keep the car on the track better? Any opinions? Spain is a different, completely different track from Bahrain. Like Bahrain is this track you can easily overtake. it's not difficult to overtake, and by the opposite, Spain is not so easy track to overtake. Corner exits not so good to uh, make easier the overtake. So yeah, in that way, track position may be more important than on this race where we saw the lead change many times. Then yeah, many places you can lose the car too there. Those final corners on the last sector, especially just in the first corner entry, may send you into a gravel. So yeah, definitely gonna have to be careful there. Well, I think that's all I have to ask. Really, not much questions I have now. So I think that's going to be all for the interviews now. Unless someone wants to ask something or make a comment, I'm going to finish these interviews now. Well, thank you guys. It's been a very entertaining race. I was pretty excited during all the race. It was a great battle, great craziness, great race for the first race of the season. So looking forward into more into Spain. Maybe not the track which gives the more exciting races, but in a so close grid as this, probably it's still gonna be a very great race. Who knows, even maybe better than this one. So we'll be looking forward into next one, and as always, glad to commentate. So well, see you next weekend, guys. So goodbye.
Is that all?
I'll cut the stream just right now.